can't believe I'm regretting not watching more isekai anime. How the heck do I get back to the real world? Oh.
Open to the moon, I stare out at the sky. Born under a silvery moon, its colors cross within. Born under a silvery moon, its light burns my skin. Howling in the moonlight, screaming in the darkness, fearful of the wild run, making the animals hide, prowling in the night like a long lost soul, searching for your home as your skin turns cold. Born under a silvery moon, its colors cross within. Born under a silvery moon, its light burns my skin.
In the year of our Lord, 1442, the Turkish Sultan enslaved 1,000 Transylvanian boys to fill the ranks of his army. These child slaves were beaten without mercy, trained to kill without conscience, to crave the blood of all who defied the Turks.
I would have my 1,000 boys. And one more. Your son will be raised under my roof. I'll find a way.
Through the forest, bodies move slow, tread close with them, feet sinks into snow, hands pull us under. What you have done, Paths ahead, hard, the way back closed. The skies above dark, our minds remain scared. We calm our hearts, fear won't blind us. They know what you have done. They fear the past unknown. The truth was spoken. The words were said. Our names are heard. Signs sprayed on walls. Message has been spread. Nothing is left unsaid. What you have done, they see.
And I finally found the answers in this book, Mythical Creatures.
At the time.
I don't think like that. I always feel like a hot young star, on the other hand. You know what I mean? Why not? Why not? You know? I mean, I say that in jest. It neither has any meaning nor doesn't have it. I mean, everyone should think of themselves as that, you know?
You know the crazy thing about this, it's like I think he was just, my co-host was just waiting for his introduction. He knew when to come in.
Yes.
How are you,
yes,
Tim?
You got me.
You just waited. You just watched.
I
Didn't
am
you?
fantastic. Yes, I was making you worry a little bit.
Yeah, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna wait for him to play my introduction, then I'll show up.
I'll make him beg for me to come on.
Welcome everybody to the Monkey Show. How are you doing out there in the world of the internets and interwebs and whatever else, wherever else we are watching us from? Thank you for joining us. If you're on your mobile, thank you so much. You know, carrying us around and still taking the time to check us out. If you're watching us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Twitch, thank you so much. And if you're here on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and share. We'd love for you to join us and let everybody else, love for everybody else to check out what we're doing out here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
You know what?
Tim.
Just premiered today.
I'm really pissed off about him premiering it today, just before our thing, right? Because he knew we were launching, and he wants to. Lesmet wants to get into a fight with us. He knows we're a better show than he is.
Exactly.
And he knows we're better at creating comics and getting them out there than he does. And so he knows that he's got to get his 3-hour documentary out about Comicsgate and that vile human excrement of a person out there, you know, his whatever the poison to the indie comics. But he had to go out there and like put a 3-hour documentary out just before our show. Come on,
know.
man.
What the hell, man? You know what I heard? Just don't quote me on this, but I heard he was the real mastermind behind the trip.
Well, you know,
He
was.
he whispered into what's his name's ear that they should go there, and that's where he got the idea.
Well, without further ado, Tim, let's introduce our guests, our creatives, our publisher, our fellow creative people around the world. First off, I want to introduce Hawk Sanders from Rising Sun Comics. Welcome, Hawk. Do you want to tell us a bit about yourself?
I want to say, yo, guys, you're going to be awesome. This campaign is just awesome. I was blown away. We were reviewing it earlier. It's truly amazing. Little bit about us, Rising Sun. We're here in the U.S. And we are producing the Plunge Studios. We're printing them over here. This team has made an amazing campaign for you guys. You guys really got to be proud of yourself. Beautiful, beautiful work. As a matter of fact, before coming on the show, I'm in the office here. Before coming on the show, I had to put on my Cobra Kai dojo because this thing kicks much ass, okay? That's how much it kicks ass. I had to go put on my Cobra Kai dojo. So, little bit about myself, Hawk Sanders. Most of these guys know me. If you don't know me, Rising Sun Publishing. We've been publishing now since 96. We've been putting stuff out since 96. So we're going into our 30 years now?
I think so. Must be.
30 years.
Yeah.
You know, who would have known?
Publishing books since I was a freshman in high school. What?
Well, and the thing is we didn't hit the big time until right now, until this campaign hit, right? Now we're talking. Now it's on. Now it's on like Donkey Kong. Let's do it.
All right. Next up, we have James, the cover artist for both the Tortoise and last minute addition to Howler. How are you, James?
Hey, how you doing?
Do you want to tell us a bit about yourself, James? We've seen your artwork also on Incredible #1, which is, we released about 2 years ago. We're about to release #2 soon. Hawk's in charge of that. And they'll be running it through the Rising Sun Kickstarter page because it's an all ages comic book. You can actually see James' work here if I just push it over across. Yeah, that's his artwork here on the screen. How long have you been doing comics and stuff, James?
Well, I've been drawing comics, for as long as I can remember. But as far as professional stuff, I've done a few things here and there. I've done, I did the Misadventures of Adam West a few years ago. I think it was back in 2016 or so. I did Yesterday Was a Lie. It was based off the movie. I've worked for a few other different companies and stuff. Now I'm doing the Templeton comic. And it's actually been pretty fun. Get to draw all kinds of monsters and demons and stuff like that, so it's always fun.
And then also we've got, and I'll show some Templeton artwork soon because we've got James just finished issue 2 about a week or two ago, like the last page, and now he's working on issue 3, and we're going to be releasing that issue 1 later on this year. I said to James we're going to put out, get 2 in the can, and then we'll release those because, there's 6-issue comic books, and so I wanted to make sure that we weren't too far apart on that. Now, Luiz is working hard out to get together a pitch that he's got to put together for a big project in Brazil. No, wait, Argentina, right?
No, Brazil.
Yeah, I got it right the first time. I always get them wrong, get you in. No matter how hard I try, I'm always going to get it wrong, bro. So Luiz is actually working right now trying to get a last minute pitch together for a big project he's doing, but he's been working with us for the past 1.5 to 2 years on our Howler comic book, and I'm quite, honestly, it's been awesome working with him. If you saw our last show, this dude does major research into what he's doing when it comes to period pieces, because Howler is like covers 200 years and might even cover another, going all the way back to 1400s, right? So there's going to be a lot of like amazing, historical stuff that he's been researching for this book, and I'm really proud of that. So tell us a bit about yourself, Luiz.
Okay. I may sound a bit awkward right now because I actually drawing at the same time, so I'm not really expert at that. But well, I've been working as an artist for like 2 years. I mean, 2 years, something like that. Yeah, yeah, that's it. uh, yeah, that's all. I don't know how to talk. That's a lot of thing happening right now. There's someone talking to me right now in WhatsApp, and a lot of things happening at the same time. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So this project you're working for, how big is it, man?
You mean Howler or the other one?
The other one you're working for. Yeah.
I mean, it's not exactly a project right now. It's a company, because I don't know exactly what I would do in terms of projects for them right now, because I'm still doing tests for them, and I don't know if I'll be approved or not. Maybe I'll do some just comics for them, comic strips. I'm not sure. I just hope so. I just hope that I'm able to get that. I don't think I can talk in, and I think I can't even talk the name right now, because
I understand
confidential and such. But if I'll be able to join in, be approved, then everyone will know. I'll certainly tell everyone about it.
Yeah.
Hold on, Luiz. The legal department is on you already.
Yeah.
The NDA.
I hope not. Yeah.
So yeah, guys, thank you for joining us, and we're gonna have a look at some of the work, because like here's the thing, right? We've actually like we keep trying to say and have been saying for the last couple of weeks, that actually a couple of months now, saying that when we come to bringing this project forward, it's going to be a project that's already 100% completed, and it's not often that I think there's a lot of people that are frustrated with how crowdfunding has been treated by people, and I'm similar vein, right? I'm frustrated with it as well, backing stuff and never getting it, or not knowing when it's going to be delivered, or when does the person feel like he's going to do that, or she's going to finish producing a project. I mean, there's $80,000 million projects that are not done. People are just sitting on on their tushes, right? On their backsides, just going, oh yeah, we'll get it done when we're feeling right, like, and sort of wondering, and everybody's out there going, well, I gave you money like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever, right? And you guys haven't produced anything. When am I going to see anything from you guys? And I'm like, well, I don't want that on myself. So let's wait, get everything completed, and then bring it to Kickstarter. And so here's the project here, right here, completed, right? One of them, this is Howler. All 100% completed. Everything's done. And you can see, the amazing way that, like I was saying about period pieces, this one is like, we haven't, in issue 2, we go into like 200 years late in the past. But here we cross over from Australia and New Zealand. And the first chapter, as I like to call it, like the first issue for Howler, is called, let me find out. Love Life of Animals and Other Humans. And here we discover, we look at the duo in Australia, and then, finding themselves, as we mentioned that even in the byline for the Kickstarter, that, there's a home invasion, and they leave after the home invasion, and they move over to New Zealand, and they get, beautiful coastal town of Auckland, and then things happen there for them as well, and they set up a pizza restaurant and so forth. But this is a long form story, so we're going to be working on this hard out. And as I wanted to say earlier, that Luiz has already started work on issue 2, and I'm quite excited because I've seen some of the pencil work. But the other thing is that when we were doing issue 1, we actually planned out issue 2 as well, and he did all the what is it called, storyboarding and page layouts, and I started doing this, yeah. Sorry, there's a reverb there somewhere. Now the other thing is that we've been working hard for the past couple of years, and been watching the crowdfunding scene, and seeing how people are treating that, as I mentioned. And so the whole focus was to bring a project that's 100% completed, right? That you can, people can say, don't have to worry about when it's going to be done, how many pages is done, when is it going to be in our hands. So what I have done is I've given us, till August to deliver, and that's not because it's not ready. It's because by August, sometimes Kickstarter takes a long time to clear out the funds and stuff. And we noticed that with the project we did with Incredible #1, it took Kickstarter like a whole month to sort through that. And also sometimes, you might miss some mistakes that might, that you didn't even notice. And I've had like one time we had like 4 or 5 people read the book and they still missed something that was on there. And we were delayed a whole month with the printers because of that. Now, but we still got our book out. So you never know how good everything is until you check the printing, right? So this is our manga, our 40-page manga, The Tortoise. This is longer, like the Howler is 36-page, full color, right? However, with The Tortoise, it's black and white Western manga. So you have to read, the pages start at the front, but you read from the left to the right. I mean, right to left, right? So it's kind of to get an idea that like it's done on purpose so that it's not reading, so you don't have to go to the back and read if you're a comic book reader. And I know a lot of people get frustrated, right? And they don't want to read manga because it's like, oh, I'm not used to reading from the back. So we got an instruction on how to read the manga itself, our Western manga, right? So you read from the right and you go to the left and then to the right and to the left, right? And so forth. And so in here also, by the way, since we've got James here, James, do you want to talk about working on, because there's a preview here of one of the pages from Templeton issue 1. So do you want to talk about working on Templeton, which we got coming up later on this year, or coming out, I should say?
Yeah. What do you want to know?
Well, how was it like? I sent you some images and stuff. I said, oh, this is what the characters' faces want to look like. And, this is how it is. But like, as an American, right, you're working on a comic book with people and characters and landscape from another country like New Zealand, right? Have you ever been to New Zealand?
Never. I want to, but I've never been.
Yeah, so you get to, draw, and this is the same with, even with Luiz and with Howler and also Tomas with The Tortoise, right? He's drawing things about Fiji and Australia and New Zealand, these guys, but never been there. So what's it like, for you, was it difficult, or were you like, having to come up with these different characters for the books, for Templeton, Horizon 4?
Well, as far as landscapes go, I think those are, for the most part, pretty easy. I mean, tree's a tree, that sort of thing, mountain's a mountain. But as far as the characters and stuff go, the hardest part has been just capturing like their, what are you trying to say? Their personalities, I guess you could say. And then, of course, trying to do it in a way that stays true to the character, but also trying to do things in a way that also, even though it's an adult book, trying to do things in a way that is still I guess, classy, I guess, in a way.
Mm.
So yeah, it's a bit of a challenge, and it takes a lot of playing around with layouts, playing around with things like that to figure out what's going to get the emotions across, what's going to get the scenes across, but at the same time, not go too overboard with it to the point to where, you know, it's more adult than it needs to be.
With the Templeton, which we've got coming out later this year, and I'll mention that because I've got James here, and this is the first time I've actually talking to James. I've never met him apart from from email and stuff, and and Facebook chats. But then I lost my Facebook, so we got a new one set up. Now talking about Facebook and social media, I just want to share some social medias here from our guys. This is from Rising Sun Comics on X, and also I shared Luiz's Instagram if you guys want to check that out as well. James, do you ever do you want to share any links? I know some people like to keep private, but if you've got your art pages you want to share out, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
now,
I've got a Facebook page. Yeah, it's the Art of James Hill. But yeah, I'm on Facebook.
Okay, let me see. Let me grab that in a second. But this is, by the way, this is the foil virgin foil variant for the bikini that we cover art that we're putting out for the Tortoise. And this was done, by the way, guys, in 2023 when we started this. I asked James to do this, and it's like, man, that's 3 years ago. I was putting this together. I'm saying, man, you did these characters 3 years ago, right? And it just seems so like yesterday, but like these years go fast, dude.
Yeah, it don't seem like it was 3 years ago.
Now there is a Tumblr account here also for Rising Sun. Now we're going to launch. I've got these guys for about another half an hour or so, I think, because it's late where they are. I know that Luiz is hard out working on a major project to put out.
Yeah, it's going to be midnight right now.
Yeah. So I want to show you guys this stuff before we launch. You utilize these guys before they launch. So is there anything else you guys want to share, about, whatever about your projects or other links and stuff? Because really, I'm here about making sure that you guys get as much, future work as possible. Let me see. I've got another link here as well.
I've got a question for Luiz. Right? I got a question for Luiz. Luiz, like when you sit down at the drawing table, and you're working on this stuff, like, where does your reference come from? What's running through your head? I mean, this is really good stuff. Like, how are you getting there?
You mean the compositions, the scenes, the angles? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. I mean, look at this. This is amazing work. Like, it's really good stuff. What's running through your head when you were putting this together? Were you like, I would be shocked to hear that, you were playing like My Little Pony in the background or something, but
well, not exactly My Little Pony, but I do keep playing some musics and just keep playing while I draw usually. But I think it's just reference from everything that I ever watched and read that I consume. Fictional stories, movies. Because every movie, animation, every one of them has their own angles, camera shots, and such. So I just pay attention, to them. It just sticks in my head, in my memory. And when I go to draw, my mind just keep remembering from all the many variations that I can play with, with many angles, camera shots. It's just a bit of memory. I guess my mind is just a bit used, to store those kind of memories, have all these things. Sometimes when I have some idea in mind for a camera angle perspective, but sometimes I can't quite get it right. So then I go and research, some stuff and images and stuff, try to remind me. That's something that usually artists do a lot, to do some uh, uh, well, how can I name it? Something like the observation practice. Just keep observing, looking over from other reference, even from other artists as well, for movies or real life images as well. You know, but yeah, it's a lot about that.
I don't know how you do it. It's like you got a photographic memory and you can pull up any particular point in time. I can't even remember my wife's name half the time. So I don't know how you pull this off, man. It's pretty impressive.
I mean, well, from what I sent to now, I mean about the compositions, about the camera shots and such, because for the characters, anatomy and expressions, not just for me, but for many others. I mean, like 100% of the artists, they can remember everything from their heads, to draw it. You can just, there are only a few anomalies in this area, like Kijun Gi, that really can like draw from his memory, everything from his memory. That's not easy to do, So there are many poses that I draw here that I had to search up, to find some similar poses, to draw it and such on Pinterest, Google. Like this skis scene right here, I had to pick up some photos and had reference to say how should I set up these positions for the characters, So if I would say most of the things that I really can do from my head, it's the camera shots, from where the camera will be, the angle, the composition, from the characters at the scene, So yeah.
Do you find yourself like having to ever go back and like retrain? Because I'm like always having to go back to figure sketching or go back to perspective and hit it again.
Yeah.
Do you ever have to go back and do any of that in your process?
Yeah. I mean, every artist has to go back to school sometimes, to study a bit again. Every now and then I do some gesture drawing as well. Sometimes I try to revise and look up about anatomy again, a bit of perspective too. It's, I mean, because I mean, I always working, but there are sometimes a few stretches in the year that I spend a few days not drawing. When I mean drawing, I mean working, drawing for work. When that happens, you can get rusty, or sometimes when you get some kind of specific gig or job that it doesn't really practice your drawing skills. Sometimes it's a lot of copy paste. Sometimes there are some kind of work like that. So sometimes when I get these kind of gigs that doesn't really exercise my skills, I may get rusty. So
do you find you get those a lot, like jobs that don't exercise your ability?
Yeah, that happens, because I mean there are some jobs that I can't exactly use all the skills that you can, because there are some jobs, like some comic jobs, that the clients are really strict with what they want, like I want this character or this thing to look exactly like that, and sometimes the way they want to look isn't really anatomically right. That already happened to me. Like at first I had drawn something that was like that was a bit closer to right, like in matters of perspective or anatomy, but then the clients asks me to do like in a wrong way, but the client really wants that, so I have to obey, because he's paying me, so he has the right to tell me that, to ask that. So that may happen sometimes, and when this kind of clients happens for me, when I have to deal with them, sometimes I even copy paste some work, because to easy out the flow, because if I try to do it from scratch, that kind of character, he may ask me to just keep adjusting until he gets just like the other one that I already did know. So I just copy paste. That happens a lot with many artists as well, from what I know.
So it's almost like you're going around in circles with the client to get what they wanted in the first place. So it's easier to just do it. Is what you're saying,
it's easier
right?
to just copy paste than just do something and expecting him to already ask me many adjustments, many tweaks. So for many artists, it's better to just copy paste sometimes, stuff that we already did, because of the flow. Because sometimes that really happens even more when the deadline is too short, when the deadline is too short and they ask too much, then we artists just have to copy paste things, to resort to these kinds of methods, because there are some tasks that are like not really possible to do it just from drawing raw, So,
do you feel that that's like something brought on by the editor, or do you feel like I've kind of questioned at times whether or not that was the writer, the team, the editor, or was that just the way that these people are used to working? Have you analyzed it any?
I mean, from what I noticed, it happens more often. These kinds of more strict and those kind of clients that usually asks more adjustment, that usually happen from clients that are really artists, that doesn't really draw, doesn't really know the stuff, like for Aru, when we used to work, he rarely ever asks me to do any adjustment, and I think that's because he is a guy that is already used to drawing to with artists as in general, because some of my clients that I have, they are not artists at all, they don't work with art, in a way, like personally, they don't draw, they don't know the art X scene that well, in a personal way. So when that happens, they may ask sometimes some really ludicrous tests for me, some things that I can just, well, you get it, what I mean, So that usually happens when someone doesn't really know what they're talking about, Yeah.
I think a lot of times what happens is when you get when people who actually don't have a background in comics or have never actually drawn anatomy, right, or perspective or anything like that, they don't understand when you look at a picture what's wrong, right? So when you have other people, people with background in comics, they can just look and go, that's fine, don't need any changes, right? Because but then people who don't know, they'll go, oh, do this way or do that way or do that way. I'm like, you only should have three changes to any image, right, from original thing. Otherwise, you just go in there, draw your own little mock-up of it. So I want to bring in here James, right? So James, I brought James in at the last minute to do a spoiler cover, and so the reason I call it a spoiler cover is because we don't actually show this in issue 1. We will be showing the situation, in the story later on. And so I had James. James actually sent me 4 different images, I think it was, samples of what I asked for, and then then I did a mock-up of all the ones that I wanted, and then this is the final piece. So what was it like? Like, this is supposed to be like an Australia scene, and I gave him a whole bunch of images, photos from Australia, and I haven't been to Australia since I was I don't know, about 1983, 82. So, a long time ago. but I always like send lots of reference, not lots, but enough reference images for the artist to work from, because I think you need that, right, James?
Oh yeah, reference material definitely helps. I mean, I've had jobs where I've had to hunt my own reference material down, but when you have someone like writer or whatever who sends you reference material of exactly what they're thinking of, that just eliminates a lot of problems right off the bat.
And the other thing is like, I think it's about time, right? So like, I mean, an artist is like wants to get to the work straight away. They don't want to be out there running around looking for things, reference images, and trying to figure out what the guy's thinking in his head, right? What is it? What is that writer or what is that creator wanting me to do here? And the thing is, a lot of people run into issues where they don't actually. Like one of the things that my friend first said to me a couple of years back is like, I don't know what's going on in your head, right? You're writing down all this information. I don't know what's going on in your head. So I thought, well, the easiest way is to either I mock it up, stick figure the thing, in my lousy way of drawing, because I haven't drawn for 30 odd years, but then with him, and then giving references, and that sort of makes it easier for everybody, because then not only are you seeing inside my head, but you have something to work off from, right?
A common phrase said in every relationship.
I don't know what's going on in your head. Yeah. So, have you ever drawn these creatures before? Like a Valraven, a friggin' nine-tailed fox, or a Lemire?
No.
I
I've
think
drawn.
none of us ever did.
I've drawn creatures similar to that character there.
Yep, this
not
one.
an exact character, but similar to it. But some of the others is like no. So it's always cool to be able to try something new.
And yeah, man, I've been watching like with you working on the Templeton, the supernatural hell heaven, crime drama thing, horror book. All the characters that you bring to life in that is just amazes the hell out of me, man. That's why I always go, hey, you just go do whatever you want on this one now. Just make it crazy. Just give me a crazy demon here, and this one's all right. But then in this one, you need this. So, how do you come up with all those friggin' demon ideas, man?
Yeah, that's the hard part. I try to make all of them different as possible. So I tend to look at different references. I like to look at close-ups of insects a lot.
Right.
I mean, have you ever really looked at close-ups of insects? I mean, they're pretty demonic looking.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So I like looking at a lot of close-ups of insects, different animals, things like that, trying to combine things. But then I also like to try to do things like take different body shapes, like human figure body shapes and things like that, and try to incorporate that into the demons, and then mix and match the animal parts and the insect parts and things like that. So working on page 1 right now of issue 3 of Templeton.
Oh, it's a full page one, isn't it?
A lot of demons. Yeah, it's full page. There's a lot of skinny, some that are large, some that are small.
You roboted out there. James, you want to say that again, please?
Oh, I said I've got a lot of demons going on this page, and I've got some that are fat, some that are skinny, large, some that are small, some that are more animal-like than human-like. I've got some that are, more human than animal. I really like. It's just something I really like playing around with.
Yeah, I'm having fun, like doing the color flats on, trying to make sure that each one is different color slightly, so that like they stand out. They're not the same tone, like humans, so they have different skin color, and it's tough, man. Trying to like, how many shades of red can I do between them? For these demons. So this is from the work that James is doing for Templeton series, and this is issue 1, but he's already finished issue 2, and we're going to be putting it out later this year.
I have
One
a
of the
question.
yeah, sorry, carry on.
I wonder where did he take some reference for these demons?
I was going to say, man, I don't know what's going on in your head.
Yeah, you see some of the stuff that's coming out now.
Yeah,
My wife does that all the time.
Issue 3, I should say, opens up with Lake of the Ice Lake, level 8 of hell, which is the betrayers, and they're caught in a betrayers like in Dante's Inferno, right? Is it Dante's Inferno, the book, where level 8 is where all the betrayers. Oh, sorry, no, not the betrayers. All the violent people are frozen in a lake of ice, and so that's the opening page. And I was like, you know what? I just need to give James the full page to work with. Just let him go and do the full page in this one. And so, but this is from issue 1 of Templeton, if I'm right. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, this is page 24, 25 of issue 1. But his cover art, man, like his cover art here, it was friggin' awesome. I love for Howler number 1, which we're kickstarting today soon for this book. Is just awesome. And I didn't have him do a cover, and I was like, you know what? I need James on a cover for us. And let me show you guys the colored page, because I did the color flats on this, and then I had Luiz, Tomas, who's actually the artist for the manga, do the color, finish off my colors, because I don't do colors, and I haven't for a while since I did, I think, cover to issue 1 of Templeton. Where is it? Hold on, let me go back to there and bring up this. Thank you for joining us, guys. Do go up and for the new ones who are joining us now, do let me see if I can get the link there. Hold on. Do go check out our sign up for our pre-launch. We're about to launch in a little bit. We're just going to go through with this while we've got the guys, because it's very late for some of them where they are, and for others, I think Joakim was supposed to be here, who's a cover artist, and it's 4:00 in Sweden right now. But we have Joakim actually offered out one of his art pieces yesterday. It was like a last minute addition to a tier, and I'm going to show you soon while we bring this up. And let me grab the link for the Kickstarter.
Oh snap! Hold on. Why didn't you start with that? Look, check that out. Now you got color over top of James's work. Look at that. Nice. Who colored this? Who colored this?
I was building up.
Oh.
I was building up to it.
Okay. I'm jumping the gun. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so the reason I was showing this, because I wanted to show people the process, right? So you got this awesome inked page here that I trimmed down a bit so it all fit in nicely with the titles and such. And then here we've got, we take away like the titles and stuff. Now you got the bare art, and I want to, like, once we reach a certain goal, I'm going to release this as a foil version, if we're able to reach that goal. And I hope you guys, as our backers, would help us reach that, because that'll be pretty cool. Do go sign up here while you're watching. Open up a new tab for the launch. So
can we do spot foil of like the logo and the blood?
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes, because at the end of this is like, it's all about reaching the goals, right? We're going to start simple and then reach the goals, and we go from there. So let me see if I've got the levels here. Where are we? Wait. So we did different versions of, I had different, we're doing the different versions of the fog and stuff. I think this is the one with, yeah, that's the original. The color flats. This is the one. So this is the original color flats. So this is me laying down the colors to make sure that all works out, the way it's going to look to me, right? So I'm trying to imagine a night scene and making sure all the characters are, in their different little areas here. You got the Fossegrim here. A Fossegrim is a water monster. And then you've got the Valraven, which is feeds on dead, fallen dead, battle fallen dead. And then of course you got the Japanese nine-tailed fox here. You don't see much of that, but you'll see her in the in the stories in issue 1. And then so on top of that, we got the changes that our friend Tomas came in with, to change the color, and then of course the fog to make it come to life, right? And this is the first time I've had to research into where fog appears and where fog doesn't appear. So the difference between a night sky chill is that your heat from your body and the coldness of the air is what creates fog around, on the ground. And so where the people are, if somebody's down on the ground, there's no heat coming off them, and there's no no fog or heat coming off to create the fog, right? It was freaking this is something I've never even thought about, James, in my life, because James goes, oh yeah, it'll be look nice with a bit of fog and stuff, and I said to Thomas, hey, so James wants some fog in this when you color this, so let's test out. And so Thomas and I had a live stream going over where the fog should go, how much fog, this is things that you don't think about until you have to go and think about that, right? Until doing it. So yeah, what did you think of the final color on this, James?
Oh, I love the final colors on it. I think it turned out great.
I had to do the test on okay, which fog, how much fog, right? Because this was the original, and then I had to I tempered it down, and then I was like, okay, we'll temper it down again. So you can see here, figuring out what's going to work better, and 70%, and this one was the right amount because it lets you see the details. That's the other thing. I wanted people to see the details that was here. There's leaves here, and there's plants and stuff. There's roots of, pulled out roots of a fallen tree, and then there's all this sort of details here that you could actually see that, that isn't being hidden by the fog, right? So yeah, it just, man, when you look at that's why I always love, that's why I let other people do the coloring, right? I do the flats and I go, here, take over now, right? Because otherwise I'll mess it up. So yeah, I love how it's been finished off here. Given where we started with original work here, and we've take this and bring it to life between Tomas and I, and just yeah. And the other thing is that Tim, are you still around?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Because it's late where he is as
I'm
well.
Still here.
So,
I'm still here. I had to find the unmute button.
Oh, sorry, mate. Do you have any questions for James or Luiz?
No, it's all great. I just took the opportunity off air to share what I do, so
awesome.
Hopefully they see that. But I mean, it's nice to see that some people actually care enough to deliver on their books, instead of have it be like a prop in which they lean on. It's kind of like that guy that never plays guitar on a college campus, but he walks around with it because he gets chicks.
That is true, right? There are people like that just walking around with the guitar. Yeah.
And he never strums a single note. He's like, yeah, I'm a musician.
It appears that it's universal because it's usually happening here in Brazil too. But at least here, people still played a few songs at least. So yeah.
So they strum like one or two chords and like, yeah, I'm a musician. I played music.
Yeah, something like that.
Now
But
worship
the thing is here because is that they always play the same songs, always the same songs, the same band. All of these guys will play the same thing, you know.
Do they try to say that they wrote that? Like, yeah, I wrote that.
No, because usually it's a females band, you know, that they pick up the song, you know.
Oh,
but they always say that.
That's when you say they stole that from me.
yeah, exactly.
Well, it's like when people like, what is it called? They take somebody's joke and they say that. You know, I've had people like say somebody else's joke over and over again on a stage, and I'm thinking like I've heard that by somebody else, you know, but they think they're the original people who said it. So
like Carlos Mencia.
Yeah. But one of my cousins did that here as well, and I was like, dude, I know this joke, right? And then we had a guy who came from another city to perform on a stage here at a nightclub, and I was like, did the person I know take the joke from him, or was it the other way around?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so we, you know, for those who are joining us late, we have completed everything for this project, right?
You're not doing it right.
And so let me play this trailer, and I'm gonna go hit the launch button, and we're gonna hit the launch button together, right? Let me get this right. Where do we actually go to hit the launch button here? So let's watch the trailer. And by the way, I was supposed to edit this trailer down to 90 seconds, but my editing thing just has been like kicking up the ghost for the last 2 days. And even before I came on screen, I was talking to Luiz about it, that like it just won't open the file that I opened up, right? And I like it just won't open my editing project. Like I'll show you, check this out. I keep saying like, but like here, check this is it here, and it won't let me finish the 90-second edit. It just won't open. Like I had this all set up, and it won't let me do my 90 seconds. So hopefully, there you go. See, look, you can't see it, but there's an error message comes. Failed to open project. But I do have the 2-minute and 30-second trailer, so we'll watch that, and then I'll go get ready to launch the campaign because we're ready to go. So if you guys can share the link out, I'll really appreciate it. It's in the chat. Please copy paste everywhere you can, and also this live stream link, right? We really appreciate that. So let's go. This is I did 2 versions of this, 2 different songs. I actually wrote the song, by the way, for this, which kind of
that's the same thing that the guy carrying the guitar around says. Come on now.
Yeah, no, but I did. I wrote the lyrics.
Just a joke.
Yeah, I know. But I'm like, yeah, I didn't make the music though, but I wrote the lyrics that made this thing happen.
Born under the moon and its silvery light, offered to the night sky, where I was born. The family gathered to welcome the newborn. His eyes open to the moon. I stare out at the sky. Born under a silver screaming in the darkness, fearful of the wild ones, making the animals hide. Prowling in the night, like a long lost soul.
All right. Okay. I am on the page of. Where are we? Let me get this ready to go. Where'd I put it? Here we go. So we are going to launch. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
You ready to do it?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Should we do it? Where is this? Where is it? Hold on. Let's go to page project overview.
We had no idea clicking the button would destroy the world.
About to go. Here we go. Nuclear blast. And I am ready to launch. Read this. Okay. Launch project. Oh, God. I've never been so nervous. Well, are you going to launch? Are you launching? It is live!
Hey, all right.
Yeah.
We are live.
Hell yeah.
Man, I've been stressing about this for the last 4 days, trying to make it. Even today, like I was up till from 7 o'clock this morning. So that's about 7 hours ago. I've been up for 7 hours trying to make this work. Even before, I mean, not work, corrected, make sure everything's right. And so I even had Hawk and I went over this, spent an hour, and I was stressing out, making sure it was all right. So here it is for, let me see if, I should log out and see if I can show you guys when I'm logged out, what it looks like. And where is the link for this? Okay, grab that link. Campaign is now live. Get me to the campaign.
Does that mean we get a shout out on our first backers on this show right here? I don't know. I'm just asking.
I don't know. Are we going to get a backer? Oh, actually, I don't want to log in. Like, wait, do I have to log in just to see it? No, I shouldn't do that.
No.
It's weird. It's asking me to.
Just throw it in there. Throw it on the top. Do a search.
Yeah, I'll go do that. Howler. Hold on. What's up here? There we go. We're first up, Howler. Okay. Under Howler, we're first up. Okay. So if you are looking to check us out, go check us out. Yeah, I don't know what I've looked at the screen for so long. I don't know. Does anybody want to read this or what? Because we just played the trailer, so there's no point, like, we're playing the trailer again. But check out some of the work, right? Here's the Valraven. Joakim Hagstrom did the cover for this. He's European, of course, from Sweden, so he knows more about the characters than I do about that. But we've been talking about this comic for quite a while as we've been working with this. This is this is James' art that I did the color flats on, and Thomas did the finishings on. This is the tribal cover B, limited cover, of course. It's taken from a wraparound cover, but I liked it so much I was going to release a wraparound cover later, but I want to actually use some of it for this. And so this is a cover from that, where you got the two Wabo tribes people hanging out with Amber, and that's of course artwork from the Western manga by Luiz, the Tortoise. So the thing about this project, guys, is that you can buy both books and pay one freight, right? I really wanted people to save on freight because it's so horrendous right now with freight costs, and I don't want people to go, well, we'll release a book now and then like 6 months later we'll release another book and now you got to pay twice. So it's wanted to like support our supporters. So this of course is the White Wolf. If you guys got any questions, please let me know and I'll just stop as I go through this and you guys got to ask away. Here you got the Howler with Luiz coloring these pages himself. I've actually did some color flats for this, but he did all the really cool ones. Here we go. And of course, we're offering limited edition T-shirts, and this is a kind of like a groupie, like not a groupie, like a band T-shirt. We got a logo on the front, on the back, and then you got the image on the front. And this is from Joakim Hagstrom, who did the White Wolf design for us. White Wolf design, I should say. Here you've got everything you'll get for the Tortoise, the Eternal Tortoise bundle, all the manga, different artwork. You've of course got the wraparound nude cover, and then you've got these 3 covers. By the way, I just realized now, James, that you did all 3 covers here, and I didn't even realize that until now. But you've actually done, quite a lot of beautiful covers for us, which is why I always go to you for covers. So this is a very late edition. Let me zoom in a bit. Late edition. Here we go. Late edition entry, right? Which is an original artwork, which this art is based off, for our T-shirts and our cover art. And what about cards? I think Mini Posters has this as well. So this is A3 size, which is quite a good size. Piece of paper, 2 A4s, Mylar paper, and it's inks on paper, right? And this is a one-off only, so you can't get this with, because it's the original artwork. So it's not like you're going to get like a copy of it. You're going to get the original artwork, and it'll be sent out from Sweden directly to you, as we'll send this out to you from the US. And talking about which, all our work is getting printed and sent out from the US, right? And of course, Hawk can talk more about that, right, Hawk?
Yeah, absolutely. So part of our partnership with Plunge, is that all of the work is printed here in the U.S. now, and we partner with several different printers in order to get that done, and then it gets sent here, right where I'm at, and then it gets packed up, shipped out, and sent straight from here. And that's probably how we're going to be doing campaigns moving forward, is having them more in a local hub of that nature. So that's and that's we've done that multiple times. We've done hundreds and hundreds of books. So you're in safe hands, I think, overall. And the fact that this book is completely, all the artwork's done. Like, there's no changes that need to be done with the artwork. What you're supporting here is you're supporting an artist group that put their money where their mouth is, and they got the work done first. So now help them out, throw some money down so that they can get their pockets filled with some cash. All right, that's what we're after here.
Get
And,
it paid for.
Yeah,
you get it printed.
Get these books printed.
And you get it printed. Yeah, you get it printed.
What was that, Tim?
Get what you paid for. Other words, you put that money and you're going to get the book that you paid for.
Yeah. Yeah, like Hawk said, all this is finished. Everything is ready to go to print. The other thing here is that I did I was telling Hawk earlier that this image here is never going to be reprinted again like this, so that only people who ever buy this, and that's even I'm not going to buy it for myself, that there'll be only 5 in the world, because I want to make this as limited as possible. So if you're a backer backing this, you are one of 5 people who will actually own this print. And after that, I'm not going to print anything out of it, especially with this logo work, like the way it's set up here, the red, the color, You might see something like a variation of it, but not the setup, because I wanted to offer a limited thing, right? That you're the ultimate backer, because there's that sort of, do you have a T-shirt like that, and there's only 5 in the world, because we do offer a different variant T-shirt, right? Which is this one here, where you can let me see if I've got a bigger version of that.
I will say the publisher didn't like this. So if you don't like me, buy this shirt.
Yeah, he wanted me to like just go, yeah, you can print it again. No, only 5. You print 5 and there's no more. So this is the bigger version of that. So you can see it here, the White Werewolf design, and by Joakim, our Swedish artist, who's actually working on another book for us called Zolandia, and I'll show that in a little bit. But here's the other one that we've got, where you can buy whatever, as many as you want, which is like the the white on black, so white on the back with the logo, and then the white werewolf, plain white werewolf on the front. So there's different tiers, lots of different tiers to choose from, but very simple, right?
Those shirts, those shirts right there, it just reminds me of those metal rock bands T-shirts,
Yeah, exactly what I was going for. And like, I was talking to Joakim, goes, yeah, what, you're doing band T-shirts? I go, yeah, bro. Yeah. Because I wear T-shirts all the time. I have like about over 100 different printed T-shirts. And, I'm going to be getting this one for myself, or a variation of this one for myself, because that just, yeah. And the reason I would get that one, and I would get the other one, but I won't, because I want you guys to have it, because it's, one of 5. But yeah, just he did such a cool design on this, man. I like it. So I actually changed the color of our werewolf after I saw this, because what's his name? Just Isias, the main character, right? He's blonde, right? So I was doing his skin as his, like, that's him here. You can't see that much of him, but like, he's blonde, and so I was going to do him like a blonde werewolf, and I'd already done it and did the color fading, and then sent it off to Luiz, Thomas, to go, hey man, do this card up like this, and then I saw this come in, and I was like, wait, no, we got to change the skin, change the design to like this white silvery werewolf, because it looks so much better, and the skin looks much better, because usually most werewolf you see, they're like brown or black, like werewolf I'm talking about. But having this is just looks cool, man. What do you guys think of this design, by the way? Like having the skin, like the fur tone this way.
So now that you've said all that, now what I want to see is, I want the band T-shirt now, and at the bottom, what's the name of the song that you wrote for this thing?
Oh yeah, it's on there. Yeah, it's.
Is it on there? Is it on there?
Yeah.
And does it have like the tour places? Oh, it does. It is on there. Does it have like tour places, Auckland and like Tennessee and?
It'll be crazy if we did that, right? But I mean, I might do that later, because my fictitious band, which is called ARU, which is old, right? Which is where at least let me just
Howler World Tour coming soon.
Well, the band that I have as part of this, that's creating the music for this, or the lyrics I'm doing, is this here, right? The Aur, right? So Aur is the name of it. It's AURL, AUR with the question mark, and it's got nothing to do with my name, Aru, right? Aru means, it's like, so what? Not so what, it's like what. It means what, right? So maybe next time we'll do like a band tour with Aur, and have that on the back of it. What do you think, Hawk? For issue,
I really love that idea, and then have all of the creators places where they live as where the band is going to be touring at.
That would be awesome, right? Argentina, Brazil,
kind of like metal. Was it Metalocalypse?
Yeah. So it's a fake band, right? So I've been writing songs and then putting them through AI, and not like any other, so it doesn't sound like any other band, not like a reference, like people do stuff like, oh, do this like so it's like Blackpink, or do this so it's like Metallica. I don't do that. I just go in there, go 40 BPM, grunge, sludge, female voice, dreamy mystery, right? And then I'll put my lyrics in, and then I'll give up my lyrics, and I mean, sing my lyrics out. Man, it's such a cool, such a cool thing. Like I'll show you this one here.
I can just hear it now. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. That's right, Sunday. Howler will be at the Civic Center.
So this is what I mean. Like, this is all I write here for my type of music. I never put any other band down or any other vocals, people's thing. So all I do is I go in there, put in my lyrics, right? Intro, verse 1, Born in the Silvery. So this is what will turn up, and I'll get different versions of it. Is that coming through for you guys?
Hey, what would the supporting acts be called?
I don't know. You might have to come up with a name, Melvin.
How about
you can't do the Melvins, right? You can't use the Melvins.
No, couldn't. How about Third Eye Pink?
Well, so this is what I mean by like creating my own lyrics. And by the way, I've been writing poetry since I was a kid. Since I got into metal when I was like about 15, 16, like in 85, 86, something like that, 87.
You could open it, the opening act. Opening act is Dog Stain.
So, is it cool? So yeah, but it's man, it's like finally being able to like put those making up lyrics, poetry, right? Lyrics. My tongue's getting tied up on lyrics, and then writing and using that format to actually write a song for the trailer.
So it sounds like we almost made a band. Who here can play?
Wow, we already had Becca.
Oh wait, who's our first backer? We got to call this person out.
I have no idea.
We might get one less backer if we did that.
Yeah.
First name you, second name your, second name mom. Okay.
Yeah, your mom.
Thanks, your mom.
Yeah. Yeah. So this man, this has been like a. Oh, by the way, writing Howler has actually allowed for me to expand and Plunge universe historically, right? Because myself and James have been working on Templeton for a long time, right? And now we're basically able to ground the religion that we created for that, and Hook had a part in that as well. Created a religion that basically advances all our books now and grounds them in an amazing way historically. So Howler has basically become like the core book to the Plunge universe, and I'll show you what I mean by that here. Let me just open up this page here, and whoever just put out, just supported us just then, backed us just then, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So this is this basically, when I'm saying like how it goes back, we're going all the way now back to the 1400s, James, with our Plunge universe, and going all the way with the Carpathians and Vlad Impaler, and that this allows us to actually tie every single book I've been working on with this one book historically, with the Ottomans, with Vlad Tapis. And so here you get this entire page telling you where historically all of these people come from. With the Howler, with and Critical, which is an all ages comic book, which Rising Sun Comics is going to be launching the second issue soon on their Kickstarter page. That also plays part in this, but that's kind of like a more of a scientific book and with superheroes and stuff. But this is our supernatural monster book and gives you and the other thing was like with it took when you're creating a universe like this that's huge, right? That and you're working with several different people with different artistic backgrounds and knowledge and bringing their own sort of creativity with it has been amazing, man. I'm telling you, as a creator writer, working with these talented artists, man, I am blessed, and I don't say that lightly, or callously. I totally enjoy working with these guys, and the things that they brought to life is just blows my mind. Because yeah, it's just so good, dude.
Man, what I'm gonna say now is really bad timing because what you was just saying now, but I really need to. Yeah, I need to head out. Unfortunately,
it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
I would like to stay, but I really need to go, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew I only had for an hour because you got stuff to do. Thank you so much, Luiz.
Yeah, thanks, thanks, and I really hope that it goes well with the campaign. I'll be watching and keep looking over the campaign here.
Yeah, we'll be around for the whole month promoting this stuff. But thank you. Yeah, man. I hope your pitch tomorrow goes really well.
Yeah, I mean, I used the word pitch, but I think pitch doesn't really fit what I'm doing. It's more like a test, But yeah, I just use pitch because I didn't know what word to use in English for that, what I'm doing. So whatever.
Yeah.
It may be just pitch, but I think it's a test, the better word of it. But yeah, anyways, I need to go.
All right, Luiz, remember, you can play music, right? You can sing. A couple songs.
Not at all, man. I'm a really stiff guy, I don't know that much of stuff, though.
Yeah.
Well, have a good night. I don't want to keep you. You're tired. He's ready to go.
That's funny you say that because I'm not going to sleep right now yet because I need to finish my work just a bit before going to sleep. So yeah.
All right, bud. Thank you. Get you later.
Yeah. But
I've got to give a shout out though, real quick, Aru, to Rick Brown, who is the first person to support this campaign. Thank you, Rick, very much. We really appreciate it. We know you're looking for an email. We'll get that out to you real soon.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say thanks to you, this guy as well.
Yeah. All right, dude.
You the man, Rick.
So yeah, I'm leaving now. Bye, you guys. See you guys around. Have a good day or night.
Bye.
I don't know which.
I'm going to kick him out because he's just going to hang around because he's tired and he's got work to do. All right. Bye, mate. All right. But I think he's really tired, but it's midnight over where he is. So I really appreciate Luiz for hanging out with us this long.
He was kind of stuck in a loop.
Yeah. So I was like, I better kick him out before he just yeah. Anyway, what I was trying to get to here, guys, is that one of our cover artists is also just like James, right? Our artists basically, what I like to do with our artists is have them work on other to do cover work on books that they're not working on. That way, you guys get to see their work early before we actually put out their work, right? So this one here, let me move this across to here. Come on, there we go. So this is a comic by Joakim, who is that covers for us for Howler, and this is a fantasy comic called Zulandia, which is an isekai comic, which is like you go from this world to another world, and this is all part of Plunge universe as well. And this book ties into Howler as well, because it's because one of the people from this world comes into Howler's world, right? which sets this this book into motion. So I like to tie everything into each other, because where did it go? Nope. Here it is, all the way over here. So yeah, so this is we're going to be releasing this soon as well, and we already finished 2 issues of this, by the way. Second issue is being colored right now, and I'm writing the 3rd script. I've actually outlined the last 2 scripts because it's only a 4-issue series. The first arc is only 4 issues, but this is a fantasy comic. So by backing our first book, you're helping us, get ready for the next books to release. And so this is this awesome 2-page spread in issue 1 here. Where is it? There we go. Look at this, dragons, ice and fire dragons battling it out. And so the cover artist of that book is, remove this, is the artist on the Valraven artist. I think this is the one. Yep, the link. I'm trying to get the right link here. This one here. So by backing this book, you actually, going to get a piece of work from our Swedish artist, Joakim Hagstrom. You guys got any questions about anything else?
I wouldn't even know where to begin to ask anything.
Well, let me ask you a question, right? You're a comic book creator, writer, right? With Melvin, right?
Right.
So what's it, seeing us put this book out here right now, completed 100%, ready for people to back it. What does that say to you, and how do you feel about that as a creator? Seeing
I think more people should do it, because as of now, anybody using the crowdfunding system will more and more have a hard time pushing a book out, and then you'll have to do it old school.
Right, which is paying for your book yourself and then putting it out. Is that
You
what you're
might
saying?
have to do a series of ash cans like I'm planning to do.
Yeah, I think, and that's the reason why, like, I wanted to bring this book 100% finished, right? And that's been the whole key about this, to get the book already done, like get it in your hand and then ready to print, and then go out and go, okay, guys, we're now ready to give it to you. Not like, oh, here's the cover of the book, right? Here's the cover of the book. Please support us. No, the entire thing is done. As you can see from, where is it?
I want to jump in and talk about that too, because what we've seen overall is that people are like, I don't want to back another Kickstarter until some of these get in my hands. And they're talking about this very problem where people are trying to produce the work after they get funding for it. Well, I'm going to get paid, first before I do anything else, rather than saying, hey, I'm going to make it, and then I want you to support it. Let's find that way. And there's a lot of people have told me that, I'm not backing another Kickstarter until I get some of my work from these other people. I don't want to put more money into Kickstarter and have to wait 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years before I get stuff. I don't know anyone that's waited 10 years. I'm just saying,
Oh, I know people that have never got their stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I crowdfunded Melvin 3 and Melvin 0, that's the last crowdfunding I ever did. I kept getting a lot of, I've been burned. I don't back anything. I've been burned too many times. And I'm like, that kind of told me, that maybe, just maybe for me at least, because I always had the book done before I launched, that maybe there's something wrong with crowdfunding, at least in my opinion. Other people might, but I don't understand the hesitation on Kickstarter, because Kickstarter will automatically refund people, and it's all or nothing. So
yeah. And I think the other thing is that, like, I mean, even me, like, if I back something, if I don't get it, I'm never going to go and back that person ever again.
Yeah.
I'm human like that, right? So to expect people to wait years and years and wonder, you know, when their child is now born and they're 5, 7 years old now, and you still haven't got that one friggin' project that you paid a couple $100 for, and you're going, well, what happened? Why is it taking so long if the person's an artist themselves, right? And yet here we are with 100% finished project and 2 years of working hard at it. And we already started, by the way, guys, both Tomas and Luiz are already working on their issue 2. This is a page 2 from Luiz's issue 2 of Howler. This is the pencils here. And I've already got 4 pencils in hand, right? And the other thing, like, we're talking about Templeton coming out later this year. This whole thing, issue 1 is already colored. And also, Fantastical Romy, issue 1 and 2. Issue 2 is about to be colored, and we're going to be releasing that later this year as well. So, the whole point of Plunge Comics is that we are going to bring 100% completed projects to Kickstarter because of people being burnt, and because we want to build trust with you as our backers and with everybody, right? If you're coming on to back us, you can trust us to have a book completed and ready to print. So, and then of course, this is, James doing his cover for us. This is, the manga that we're bringing as well, because we're bringing manga and a comic at the same time. So you can save on, freight, because like, imagine, if you want to back our book and we only put out one book at a time, and then you got to put out freight for each time we back a book out, put our book out. So I thought, why not put both books on at the same time, and you get to choose if you want both or one, or if you want different covers sent at the same time from each book. So this is the manga, right? 40-page manga completed. And then your 36-page Howler comic book, full color completed. And by the way, it's not that, I try to make sure it wasn't that expensive either. Like the entry for our comic, I think it's $12 US for issue 1 and issue 2. Let me just go back to that page because I was looking at New Zealand costs for the print versions, right? So I think go to rewards. It's something I didn't look at before. So here, can you close this? Or yeah, so this is in New Zealand dollars, right? So let me see if I can. Oh, I'm not going to be able to show New Zealand dollars. I mean US dollars, but as you can see here, right? Digital, it's like about $4 US for a 40-page comic book. So it's like 10 cents a page. Right? Does that work out right? Is my math right on that, Hawk? 10 cents a page?
Yeah. What are you saying that so the prices are this? If we're looking at this in New Zealand for tier 1, which is the Tortoise #1 digital black and white, New Zealand it's $7, is about $5 US. Okay. Yeah. And then Howler #1, I'm going to run through the tiers here. So this is what you're getting in this campaign. At Howler #1 and the Tortoise #1 digital pack, New Zealand $10, US $6. It's only $6 to get the digital pack of the Howler and the Tortoise all in one. And of course, there's add-ons at each one of these stage where you can get digital versions of both those campaigns or both those books. Howler #1 cover A. Can you pull that up? The cover A, please. I want people to see this cover A. Cover A is a wraparound cover, so it's front and back. The image, flows between. This is the print version. In New Zealand, it's 20. In the US, it's only $12. $12 to get you a printed version of this book for cover A in your hand, with options for the you can add on as many wraparound covers you want, or the digital version. Up next in that tier, we have the Tortoise #1 cover B, which is a limited edition. Okay, a limited. This is print version. There's 50 of them. You get, 50 of these are all we're going to print. New Zealand is $34. The US $20. Okay, for a limited edition. And I believe James did this cover. Is that correct, James? We may have lost him.
Oh, sorry. Couldn't find a mute button. Yeah. That's one that I did.
Now, when you were laying out this cover, and I'm getting sidetracked here, I want to come back to this cover and ask you questions. I'm going to come back and ask questions. I got questions, but we're going to move on and run through the tiers. The next tier up is you have the Tortoise #1 cover A, New Zealand, $34, and it's about $20 US. And of course, there's add-ons. You can get cover A in the manga, and you can get the digital only for the Tortoise. So this is the cover A that you're looking at here in this particular one. And there's no limit on it. Good.
And you can add a whole bunch of stuff to it if you want it as add-ons.
Yeah.
I was wondering why it wouldn't move for me, because it's like trying to play all the like go through all the add-ons you can add to it. So yeah, that got me a bit confused. So now you've got
up next. We're on the Howler, right? 1 regular cover B. So there's only 100 of these left. So it's a limited quantity. New Zealand, it's 34. US is going to be 20. Now this is the Valraven.
Yeah, the Valraven
cover.
by Joakim from Sweden.
Yep, the printed version, and of course you can add on, more of this cover, or you can add on the digital version, whenever you add on to, and then of course we have Howler, regular cover C, or it's cover C out of this, and there's 100 quantities out of it. New Zealand 42, US about $25. So this is print variant. It's called the Grave Digger. This is also, this is this is the cover we looked at earlier, the one that we were pretty stoked about. And then of course we have Tortoise #1 C cover, New Zealand 50, US 30. It's a printed version for this, but you can also get more of those at the add-on, or you can get a digital of cover A. So that's about $30 US, 50 New Zealand. And
it's a wraparound nude cover, by the way. That's why we've got those little boxes on there. In case someone is wondering why is there like boxes on there, but people like who are mature like us understand that it's blanking out some stuff. But it is a full wraparound cover. With nudity on it, right?
Done by James. James, had done this cover as well in the previous one. And then up next we have the Howler #1 Mother Fury bundle. Mother Fury bundle is cover A and B print versions, and it's only 25, so we have a limited amount that can get these. New Zealand only 25 people. New Zealand 60, US about $36. Okay. And then it's got add-ons. You can add on the cover A print version. You can add on the cover B Howler limited edition, and you can add on the cover A digital, which is in full color, of course.
Yeah. So you got these three included as part of this tier, so which is quite good because you get A and B cover. But remember, A cover is the wraparound for this. Like a lot of people don't have a wraparound as the first cover, but I always like to do something different. And James knows this. Like for upcoming Templeton Kickstarter, we're going to be later on. All A covers link up to interconnect to make up a singular image from all 6 issues. So, and we've been planning that for like a couple of years now with So yeah, so I thought for this we do something special. Like, why not put like a wraparound for cover A for a regular cover, no extra cost, right? Carry on, Hook, and plus, by the way, you guys can add anything else to that on top. But yeah, so the Mother's Fury bundles, $30 US. You said
about 36. It's about $36. Up next, we have the Tortoise #1 Wabo Ritual Bundle, or Wabo Ritual Bundle. It's a printed version, and this is New Zealand $60 and US about 36 again. There's only 25 copies that'll be sold of that cover. It's the you can add on you can add on most of this stuff, but this comes with exclusive add-ons. The Tortoise #1 B limited variant. You can add on the Tortoise cover A, and you can add on a 4-piece sticker set of 3x4 stickers.
No, I think it's included in that. I think you're reading it wrong there.
Am I reading that wrong? Okay.
Yeah.
4
So what you
items
see here,
included. Ah.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you're yeah. So what you see here is what you get, and it's like if you buy them on their own, it's a bit more expensive. But if you buy as part of that bundle, which is a good way, if you want this items, you get all these 4. However, if you want to do optional add-ons, you can add these other stuffs on as well, like mini posters, digital from extra digitals, or you can do the digital from Howler, or Howler stickers, or more covers and stuff. So if you want to go that route,
Well,
you know, but
I stand corrected then. Everything I read off before is included in those tiers. So
right.
up next is the Tortoise #1 cover D. They call the bikini one, and of course, this is done by James again. This is his bikini version. It is a foil virgin bikini variant. Very clever, by the way. Print version. Limited to 50 copies. This includes the Tortoise #1 cover A digital, and the Tortoise #1 manga cover D, a foil, as well. And it's about 60 New Zealand and 36 US. And then we move on to the regular cover D, which is the White Wolf foil variant, printed version, 60 New Zealand, 36 US, and this is a limited quantity of 50. So you get the foil limited edition, and you get the cover A digital. So that'll be shipped to you, in your mail, most likely, for the digital. And then we get into some of the bigger bundles, right? So here's the bigger bundle: the Tortoise Mythic Shell. In New Zealand, it's going to be about $68. In the US, it's $40. But the Tortoise #1 physical print pack of the Mythic Shell, where you get about 4 items. You're getting the Tortoise #1 cover A, you're getting the cover C, you're getting the 4-piece sticker set, and I believe you're getting the wraparound cover as well in that bundle.
You're getting the digital.
The digital.
For this one.
Okay.
Yeah, and the wraparound nude cover. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yep. Yes, correct. And then we have Howler #1, the Night Hunt bundle, which is a physical print bundle. And it's going to, this is going to include 5 items. And we have cover A, we have the cover C, which is the grave digging cover. We have the cover D, which is the foil limited edition. And then we have the 4 sticker bundle. Now, this one's only 25 of these in it. Now, the price is New Zealand 110, US about 65 to get that exclusive set. And then the Tortoise Ancient Shell Legacy is the next one in our tier. And what you have here is we have the wraparound cover again. So you're getting the C nude wraparound. You're getting the manga D cover, and you're getting the bikini cover, I believe, and the 4-piece collector card set, and the 4 stickers. So you're getting all of those things at once. It's New Zealand 118, US about $70. And up next we have Howler #1 Hidden Claws bundle. This is going to get you cover the Howler #1 cover B, C, and D print versions, and it's going to get you the 4 card set that we're doing, and that's New Zealand 144 and US about 85. Now, we've been covering card sets. Aru, can you tell us a little bit about those card sets? We've talked about them many times. I think they'd like to hear from you about the card sets.
So with these cards, they all start with 001, and they will go on for however long until we put all the every time we put out a comic book, we put 4 cards out as a standard. But sometimes, as part of that, we when we reach a certain stretch goal, we released another card set, and they're all numbered, and they all tell you on the back of them a bit more about the character, but also more history about the book or the characters behind the scenes, so you're able to figure out by each card that there is a more, the overall Plunge universe and how the characters tie in. And it's also that we can build a huge ongoing collectible card series. And later on, by the time we get to where we need to get to, we'll release them as a pack, so there's like a 200, so many cards we'll release, or 150, depending on where we get to with the worlds, right? So each of these are like always going to be done by different artists. And, usually with this one, we had all the artwork done here by Luiz, who was on earlier, who's the artist on Howler. And so it kind of builds up to a better huge collector's card set, rather than like, oh, here's 4 cards, that's all it is. But they all tie into the Plunge universe, and they're great, man. I love them. It's like I spent so much time designing them because I collect cards, so I wanted these to be special in their own way, not just this is what's about. Here's a little bit of blurb about them, and that's it. I wanted them to tie into the story of the of the overall universe of that we're building. Sorry, Kieran.
So picking up where we left off, this was the Hidden Claws bundle. So I'm going to run through it again as to what you get in this one. There's only 25 limited copies that will be sold of this exclusive set. It is going to be New Zealand 144, US about 85. What do you get in that? You get the cover B limited edition, the cover C limited edition, the D foil cover limited edition, 4 pieces of the card set, and you get a cover A digital version sent to you of Howler for that. And then up next, we have the Howler Bloodline Awakening will be the next tier. That's going to run you 155 New Zealand, about 92 US. Again, it's a limited 25-piece run, but oh boy, are they packing it in. We're packing it in for this one. Here you go. You get Howler cover A wraparound regular print, no limit to it. You get the Howler number 1B cover limited edition, C cover limited edition, D foil limited edition, Howler 4-piece sticker set, 3x4 is what they are, 3 inches by 4 inches. You get the Howler A digital version. You get the Howler limited edition, mini poster in this exclusive one. And you get another limited edition mini poster. So you're not getting one, but two limited edition mini posters in this one. One of Alicia and one of Iosis, if I'm pronouncing that name right.
Alicia and Isis.
And Isis. Okay.
Isis. Yeah, I have a problem with pronouncing that name. It's basically Joseph. I think it's Italian for Joseph.
And you get the 4-piece card set as well.
Yeah.
So this one, if you're a Howler fan, this is the one. This packs it all in for you. You get one of everything pretty much in this bundle. So that's where you want to be. If you are like the Howler, here's your chance, to go all in. This is the all-in tier for the Howler that you can get. And that, again, that's New Zealand 155, about 92 US dollars, get you all of those covers, all of the exclusives, and everything dropped in your lap. Up next, we have the Tortoise Eternal Tortoise bundle. So this is gonna be the ultimate if you're a Tortoise fan, I believe. So here, this one's about 170 in New Zealand, and it's about 101 US. So there are only 40 of these left. Here's what you get in this rundown. You get cover A, manga, the manga physical print of Tortoise number 1. You get the cover B limited variant. You get the cover C nude wraparound done by our boy right here, James. And then you get the foil virgin foil variant, also done by our artist James. You get the Tortoise 4-piece sticker set, which those measure 3x4 wide. And then you get the Tortoise 4-piece collector card set. And then you also get the Tortoise number 1 cover A sent to you digitally. Now, there's lots of add-ons for each one of these tiers that you can add in, digital versions, and you can add in Howler sticker sets, Howler books. So you're going to have plenty of add-ons once you get into that next phase. And that brings us up into our Silvery Moon bundle. Now, our Silvery Moon bundle is going to run you New Zealand 170, about $100 US on 101. There's only 5 of these. 5 of these is all we're running, and this is that band shirt that we were joking about earlier. So this is the Silvery Moon bundle, and I'm going to cover them all together. But what we're doing here is this is a size we have it listed as a size small all the way up to a 3X. And essentially what you're going to get is you're going to get the Howler #1 cover D foil limited edition. So this is a limited edition foil. You get the Tortoise #1 manga cover D virgin foil. You get the Howler #1 digital version. You get the Tortoise #1 digital copy, and you get the Silvery Moon t-shirt. And you can get that in small, medium, large, extra large, 2X, and 3X. You can find those bundles all the way there. And then
I just wanted to make sure that you guys chose the one that you wanted, right, as part of this pack. So make sure to choose the size accordingly. So you're not choosing some, like a small and you actually wanted XL. So we got individual sets, as Hawk said, so packs so that you could actually get that in there. So you can see here the X size L, then you got an XL, and then 2XL, and then 3XL.
So then we're down to two bundles left, and the two these are our higher tier stuff. So we got Howler #1 Joakim Hagstrom art pack. So that is our Swedish artist, amazing. He's the one that done the Howler t-shirt that we're talking about right now, and this is a one of one. This is the only one we're shipping, the only one you can get. If you like exclusive, this is it. You're getting an exclusive pack right here, done by him, his artwork, and he's going to give you the original artwork that was done for it. So what are you getting for this, and how much does it cost? We're going to talk about what you get right now. Howler #1 B, you're getting a limited cover edition of number B. You're getting the D foil limited edition cover. You're getting the Silvery Moon t-shirt. You get to pick your size. You're getting the white werewolf, the Iosis and Rilla original art. You're also getting the cover D digital version, and you're getting a 4-piece sticker set from the Tortoise 3x4. So this is it. This is the ultimate tier. Joakim is amazing artist, and here you're going to get it. This one is going to run you at 340 New Zealand dollars, about $200 US, 201. So this is how you get original art right here by the artist himself, and it's a great looking piece of art. And then, of course, there's all kinds of add-ons. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah. So the size of this work is A3 Mylar paper, and artists all know what that is. It's good quality paper, and it's inked art, not pencils. It actually inked art. I was gonna bring that up to show. I have it here somewhere. Where is it?
Now he's going to be signing this piece of art too, right?
Yeah. So let me just bring this up here in a bigger size so you can see that on my screen. Here we go, on my workstation. So this is it here, and so you can see here in great detail the work, right? Let me get away from that line. And so this was sent through last night. I said to him, "Oh, man, do you want to part with your work?" He goes, "Oh, yeah, sounds good." I go, "Well, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get you to send it direct to the person who buys it, right? So it'll come straight from Sweden to you, and it's gonna be signed and everything." So this is featured on quite a bit on our work because I just love this piece. I mean, if I hadn't thought about doing it as part of, if I had earlier, I would have just bought it myself. But I said to him, it'll be great to do an art tier because we don't do that. And so it'll be great to just have one of one of our artists be able to share their original work. And I might actually do this with James as well sometime, and ask him if he wants to put that up for when he does a piece of his work when he wants to do Templeton, because yeah, his work is amazing. If you like demons, hopefully James will put one of his works up as an offer for a tier. But just can see here, you got the T-shirt, double-sided, you got the foil, and it's only one, right? And that's it, because it's the original work, and there's no other. So back to Hawk with the Kickstarter. Let me bring this up again. Here we go.
Okay, so we're down to our very last tier, the Monster Hunter Ultimate Pack. There's only 5, just 5. That's all you're getting. That's all we're releasing is 5. But this is the Monster Hunter Ultimate Pack. So, what do you get in this? You get the Howler #1 wraparound print cover. You get the B limited edition cover. You get the C limited edition cover. The D foil limited edition. You get the cover A digital version. So you got a print and a digital version. You get the Howler 4-piece sticker, 3x4. The Howler 4-piece card set. You get the Tortoise #1 cover A manga style print. You get the manga cover limited edition variant of the Tortoise. You get the Tortoise, C nude wraparound limited edition cover. You also get the D virgin foil cover. You get the cover A digital copy. You get the Tortoise 4-piece sticker set. You get the Tortoise 4-piece collector's card set. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we're missing an item here, Rue. You also get to choose. You get a T-shirt out of this, the all-in exclusive pack Kickstarter. You get a color print black T-shirt, front only, with sizes small to 3XL. So the other shirts that we talked about, we have different sizes. You can get 5 of those. There is only 5 shirts, just 5. Is all
no more than 5.
No more than 5. This is it. This is all you're getting.
Yeah.
And
that's all that, by the way, that is exactly what's going to be printed for the entire world. Only 5 forever. Because it's exclusive Kickstarter only T-shirt.
This
full
is
color. Carry on.
No, this is the ultimate bragging right? It's full color, like he said. It's the ultimate bragging right. How many are there? There's 5. Just 5 existing in the world. It's like owning a unicorn, it's like, it's rare. I was gonna roll off with something a little more colorful, but I'll reel it back in. But yeah,
It's
this
like
is only 5.
finding a diamond in the rough, right?
So what is this gonna run to get the ultimate tie-in all the way? Well, if you're in New Zealand and you're Daddy Warbucks, it's 405 New Zealand Daddy Warbucks. And if you're in the US and you're pretending to be Daddy Warbucks, it's $240 US to get you into that exclusive run. And we'll be happy for those people that are supporting us, and supporting that campaign at those prices. Those are our tiers. And they are there's so many exclusives and so many extras that you can jump into. And I'm excited to show them to everyone. And I think you'll be really pleased with what you're going to get. Remember, all of this stuff is done. You're not looking for you're not waiting on something else to be delivered. It's all finished. We just got to go to print and pack it up and ship it to you. And I also want to call out while we're here on the live stream, because I like, they're supporting us. I get a shout out to them. I think that it's really wonderful that whenever people support us. So Chandu, thank you very much. Here's our second backer of the night.
Oh, wicked.
Chandu, way to go. We really appreciate you. We're reading
Congrats.
over your comments now. He's got a lot to say. I'm reading through it right now. Make sure it's okay. We might be able to
Bada
know.
bing, bada boom. Another backer number 2.
Yeah, where are you seeing that? I'm just trying to put that T-shirt in there that I forgot to put in the black and white one. So yeah, where are you getting the message from?
The messages are coming through the Kickstarter campaign.
Oh, okay, cool.
So there's a couple we've got that are ready. And guys, if you're watching this Kickstarter, if you're watching this live stream right now, we just haven't had a chance to do it because we're right here on the live stream. As soon as we're done here, we'll get you answered in anything that you're asking us and stuff of that nature. So thank you so much. Thank you for those for both being both of those backers that are supporting us in this campaign. It means so much to us. We really pour our heart and soul and our time. Clearly, all of these gentlemen are pouring their time into it. So it means so much to have you back us, and to still, after 30 years, that you still believe in Rising Sun and you believe in New Zealand, Plunge Comics. All of those things are quite amazing for us.
And continue backing these honest creators who actually deliver and put their money where their mouth is. That's all I have to say about that.
So I just wanted to I just went and changed this, so now it should say the black and white T-shirt. This is an all-in tier, right? So it's got to have the black and white T-shirt in there. So the price didn't change. It's just that I forgot to put it in the tier. Let me go there. Where are you, buddy? Bring it down to the bottom. Wait, too far. Here we go. So you'll see here included. Where are we? There you go. There's your black T-shirt. So yeah, fix that. Now it's got me all messed up because I'm logged in now. Let me log out again. So thank you so much, man, for checking us out. I really appreciate it. You guys, and all our, our artists who worked hard on this to make sure that we got it out, completed, like 100% completed, ready to print, and get it all done. So we're 14%. Wow, wait, we're 14% funded. Look at that. 100.
Yeah, Chandu, this person really threw some money in, to support us. And, way to go. I'm so grateful.
It's crazy. So that gets us started. So we had a low goal mark. So once we reach our goals, we're going to be opening up some really cool stretch goals, free ones, as well as special variant cover designs as well. So please go check out, share the link out. I really appreciate it if you guys shared it out on your Facebook groups, because I know there's tons of amazing indie Facebook groups that I've been sharing our links out to over the past couple of weeks, and telling them that we're bringing 100% completed project, not partly, not just starting, not nearly there, but completed, right?
Now, I've got some questions to ask James. He's staying up late. I think he's staying up late because I'm staying up late. Now, James, I want to talk about the art. Let's talk about the art, man. You know me. I love the art. Now, so if you guys don't know, James and I actually worked together first, and then Aru was like, "I want this artist."
Yes, so I poached them. I totally poached them.
He completely poached him. James and here's the weird thing is there's a book that James worked on that he and I worked on together that will never see the light of day. It's such a sad story, but so true. So true. And you were almost done with that book too. That's the crazy part. You were almost finished with it.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly how far we were into it, but yeah, we put a good bit of work into it before all that happened. So
yeah, it was 20 you were 22 pages in out of 26 or something like that. So you were knocking on the end of the door of that book, and it just had to do with the
Well,
we
that's you get that sometimes with artists and writers because, like, remember I had a book penciled up to about 2 pages away from being completed, and the artist bailed, and I'm like, how do I what am I supposed to do now with this?
and matching styles are so hard to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Matching a style is challenging.
But with James, check out the work here. I'm about to show you guys some amazing work penciled, which I've already colored, but I want to show you guys the issue 1 of Templeton. If I can get it open, which we're going to bring up next. Our next campaign after this one completed and is delivered, because we're already 100% finished on the artwork, is that we're going to be bringing out, is it that one? No. Templeton #1, along with I think either Zoolander #1 or Robot Nation, completely finished book. So let me open up this. Carry on.
Now, James, have you went to college?
I went to college. Yes.
Did you go to art school?
No.
No.
No, I'm completely self-taught when it comes to art.
Hey,
I actually went to college for drafting, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah. That's right. They don't know. The people don't know that you went for drafting. So, did you ever work as a doing draft work?
Yeah, actually, that's actually my full-time job now. I do drafting work now.
Okay, that's great. Congratulations, by the way.
If you had to dodge work, would that make you a draft dodger?
So this is James' his comic book that he's working with us on. He's already finished issue 2, and I'm coloring issue 2 now, color flatting. But this is issue 1, which I've already colored. But in this page here, you can only see some of it laid up to colored. But I want to show you some of this artwork, right, from this, so you can see his amazing work that he's bringing to.
And while he's doing that, I got
book.
to ask questions, right? I got to ask questions.
Yeah.
What brought you into doing comic art? Like, how did you get started? How did you want to do comic art, or how did you get drawn into this crazy world that we're in?
Believe it or not, my aunt actually was big into comics and stuff. She's the one that got me into comics back when I was real young. I just fell in love with them. And I kept telling my mom and dad when I was growing up, I said, I'm going to grow up to be a comic book artist. I'm going to grow up to be a comic book artist. And they kept telling me, no, I'm not sending you to school so you can draw funny books. And yeah, so I ended up teaching myself, through different means, YouTube videos and how to draw comics the Marvel way and all these different things like that, and just looking at other comic books. And then one thing led to another, and I started, submitting artwork, getting small jobs here and there, and just working my way through trying to get jobs. So, and now my oldest son, who's in college, he's actually in college for graphic art, but I've been teaching him how to draw since he was little. So he's actually coming along as a pretty good comic book artist.
Wow.
Awesome.
I didn't know that. That's amazing. Yeah.
He's 21 now. So, and he's working on trying to develop his own project and trying to get it self-published and everything. So,
was there a point when you were drawing that you knew there was a breakover? You know what I mean? When you were like, now I'm ready. Now I've got it figured out.
No, I've never got it figured out. I think if I ever figure it out, I might as well just quit. I'm always looking to try and learn something new. I play around with different styles. I like to learn different styles. I like to, I just like learning, period. I mean, I paint, I draw, I like learning different mediums. So yeah, I mean, I just there have been a few times where I've had those aha moments on certain things that I've been working on, trying to figure out. It's like, oh, so that's how you do it. And then I hit another plateau, and I'm just like, okay, now what? And it just, like I said, if I ever figure it out completely, I might as well just quit.
Do you ever get stuck?
Yes.
How do you get unstuck? Like when you're stuck, is there like a trick that you do that gets you out of it, or?
Usually I will start drawing stuff in other styles, playing around with different styles, or I'll go to a different medium, something like that, just to break up the monotony of staying in one style or one medium or whatever for so long. And I like to play around with different ways of doing things. I think that's one of the reasons why people get stuck is they do things for a certain way for so long. And so when you change the way you do things or change what you're working with or whatever, then you can kind of break yourself out of that.
And that do you ever find that at the end of it you've broken out and now you're back on the project? Does it come even faster after that? You know, once you've been able to, yeah.
Sometimes.
That so now, you know, it doesn't sound like family life was so supportive growing up wanting to do this. How about now that they've seen you do all of this work? Has it changed?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Once I actually started developing myself a little bit, and I actually started getting to a point where, you know, they could look and say, okay, yeah, he's actually got a little bit of talent here. They started being a lot more supportive. And then now with my son, you know, they're like, you know, you need to teach him how to do this. You need to teach him how to do this. And, you know, can you show him, you know, how to break in doing this? And, you know, so now like my son, actually, he's got a art show. He's got a show this weekend that he's doing
Wicked.
right up from the college campus. And he's going to have his artwork set up and everything. So my mom's always like, are you going up there? Are you going to show him how to set up a table? Or are you going to show him how to do this? And
oh, interesting.
so,
Now that you know, especially before when they weren't supporting you, they want you to support your son. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, but think about that, right? You know, he went from mom and dad not wanting him to do it to they don't even have to tell him they're proud of him. Like they're already telling him, and his son's following in his footsteps. I mean, how much more rewarding can that be?
oh, yeah.
I mean, it's you know, kind of dream come true. I would think, you know.
Yeah, it's amazing seeing how much he's grown just in the last couple of years.
Do you think he's gonna outdo you? You know, you think he's gonna be better than you are at some point?
Oh, he's already better than I was at his age. He's 10 times better than I was at his age.
That happens to us all. You know, I think. Tim, do you have kids?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
That'll be worked on soon.
I've got those guys. I got those little guys, and they're all better than I am. You know, it's hard to tell them though, because then they get a big head.
Were you ever subject to the mother's curse?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When you have kids, I hope they're just as bad as you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have that coming. I was a shit. I'm sorry, it's true.
So what I'm showing you here is from Templeton number 2. All the artwork is complete, by the way, guys. So, and this is because James is, you know, Hawk is talking to James, and this, like, we haven't even put out issue 1, and we're going to put out issue 1 after this current campaign, which is the Howler comic book and manga, which is live now, by the way, you know, on Kickstarter. Go click that link, get over there and support it, because it's 100%. It's 100% completed project. Now back to this. So I'm just trying to remember, like, we were talking like
But
this. James, remember the conversation we had about this character here?
Oh yeah.
Like I go, well, he appears as a Santa Claus, is a demon who appears as Santa Claus now, but then he doesn't now. And I'm like, what was I even thinking when I wrote that like a while back? Like it's like, I'm like, and he's like, okay, now that we got to this, what are you trying to say here, dude? Like, I'm like, I can't remember. Let me read it again. So yeah, it's friggin' hell, man. Like I wrote this story, right? I think about 2010. And that's 16 years ago when I first wrote it. And now it's taken all this time for us to bring this, to see it in art form. And I'm trying to figure out why do I have him? I can't even remember why I had him appearing as Santa Claus, and, but one thing about working with James has been like, okay, I'll just tell him, here's a demon and just come up with something for this and he'll do it. And it's just, man, I was looking at this. I had to go back to this page because I'm writing issue 3, right? I'm editing issue 3 because issue 3, all the pages, issues of this comic book is all finished, but I have to edit it because I've got to update it to Plunge Universe now that we were using a huge world that they all fit into. So I was trying to figure out who this character was. I was like, wait, that isn't supposed to be who that is. It's like, oh no, it is. But I'm like, I couldn't figure it was like, wait, that's because, and I confused the hell out of myself. And I was like, wait, I'm gonna need a couple of days before I can send you some pages about this. Before I edit it and send it to you. So this is one of the things that goes back to the 90s. This image here, and I'm gonna take that away for a bit, and it has to do with a music. It's a cover of an album that came out in the 90s by a band called the Afghan Wigs. Have any of you guys heard of the Afghan Wigs? It's an American band, right? And if I can bring the name up right, they put out the Afghan Wigs Gentleman is the name of the album, and they had this cover art that always stood out to me ever since I got it, bought the tape way back when. And if you guys have ever seen it, I mean, you probably recognize it by the cover art, if anything. So we're about, here you go. So this is it here. So we're going to be wrapping up soon because I know it's midnight over your guys' way, and I don't want to hold you guys up too much, but see this. So I asked, wait, did you jump away on me? You did. Hold on. So I asked James in particular. I said, hey, James, I have this picture in my head. Can you draw this? And I sent him some samples. I said, this is what I want of this. Can you please do a rendition of this updated version of our characters, but like this? Right, so see how like it's a reverse. I asked him specifically for a reverse of this version. So now you see the back of the guy and you see the front of the girl, but it's different to that. So now let's go back to the image, because I just wanted to like I like referencing stuff that people might not recognize, but for me is quite important as a fan of music and stuff. So where is it gone? Hold on. Gosh. Here we go. And it kind of like every time whenever I saw that album cover up, it really made me go into a deep sort of like, what were those guys, thinking there, right? And so James had to use my references and what I'm trying to convey in the script, and he came up with this. And man, like even when you're looking at it, it's like that the visual of the girl here, and when you read Templeton, you'll understand what the situation is, but just a visual of the, you know, of this 18-year-old or whatever, I can't remember age, just here, right? And the guy here turning her back on him, and his back on her, and yeah. And I love, that's one thing that I love with James working on this, because he goes from drawing friggin' hardcore demons to like intimate little human being, human, you know, characters and stuff. It just blows me away. I can't wait to get this out to you guys. And what I mean by that is demon characters like this. Right? So yeah, it just really adds a specific amazing tone to the Templeton book, which we'll be releasing after this campaign is delivered. So yeah, is there any other questions, guys?
I can't think of any questions at this moment. You know, we've gone through so much, and we're so thankful for everyone. You know, and always, if you guys are listening, there's several ways that you can help. If you can't back the Kickstarter campaign, just like, share, subscribe, tell other people about it. If anything we said here, anything out of these clips got to you, and you're like, yeah, that person was right, or, you know, please, you know, tell someone about it so that maybe they can support the campaign, or maybe they can like and share and get it to further reach. And if you hated us to bits, then like, share, and subscribe so that other people can hate us too. So, and please, if you can, back our campaign. We're so grateful. Thank you very much for everything. And that's pretty much it for me.
James?
Yeah, I'm glad you guys are having a great time with this Kickstarter. I wish you all the luck in the world on this Kickstarter. And I give y'all thanks for allowing me to be a part of it.
Thank you, man. All right, that's all from us, and we'll catch you on the next live stream in a couple of days, or whenever we come on and share with you what we're doing here. But do go check it out. I mean, like, it's 100% completed project, right? We're not partly done. We're not almost done. We are 100% done. So go check out the Kickstarter, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you, Hawk. Thank you, James, and thank you, Tim, who had to jump out because it's late where he is, and also, of course, Luiz over in Brazil. I think it was Brazil, wasn't it? I always get confused with Brazil or Argentina. But thank you, guys. Go check out our, our Kickstarter, and we'll see you all on the next one on the Monkey Show. Bye for now. Thank you both.
Sunday, 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 Howler.
Bye for now, guys. Catch you on the flip side. Ka kite ano. And let me share the trailer out.
Born under the moon, and its silvery light offered to the night sky, where I was born. The family gathered to welcome the newborn. His eyes open to the moon. I stare out at the sky. Born under a silver moon, its curse calls within. Born under a silver moon, its light darkness, fearful of the wild ones, making the animals hide. Prowling in the night, like a long lost soul.
Nope, 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 nope. Can't stay here anymore. I gotta get back. I think this was the spot. Oh Lord, I beseech thee, please return me to my old life. I swear I'll do anything. Like, literally anything. And I won't bother you again, so pretty please bring me back to life.